The question is how you learn those things by doing those things by yourself, right? If I say that, okay, hey Priyanka, can you write a document or can you write a proposal for this use case? You have written the proposal from scratch. Sometimes you might have started with a blank slate, blank document. That's where your mind runs with all the thoughts. Some few people call it as a writer's block, few people call it as like that, okay, hey, just limited envisioning or whatever, it can be different terms. But you started with that and now you can say that, okay, you have some draft in your mind. You can ask AI, "Yeah, I want to write this proposal, can you write these kind of a pieces for me?" Now give the same tool to somebody that has never written a proposal in their life. The way they will be using that tool is going to be very different. Now they will be asking rather than telling the algorithm or telling the tool what to do. And in that particular case, the responses are going to be very different. And if that's going to happen, if I'm going to give this tool to 10 people, there's a very high probability that those 10 people will be coming up with some similar outputs. So is it actually enabling innovation? I doubt it. If you know how to use the tool, where to use this tool, it can surely augment the innovation. It can just generate a 10x results. But if you do not use it, and if you want to use this kind of a tool as an augmentation for that particular skill, innovation is hard to get.
So it's almost like it if the person who's using it is skilled enough, then it can leverage the tool
Yes.
to maybe get faster at what it's doing
Absolutely.
or further their skill.
Yes.
So now we're getting into more like how we get better at prompt engineering here in terms of how we are using the tool.
Prompt engineering is a one part of it, Priyanka. So definitely, biggest question comes in what to prompt, right? So to give you an example, if I say, and this one example actually went very famous in last couple of weeks. I was reading through LinkedIn as well. Somebody posted a picture that these algorithms cannot create a full glass of wine. Okay, when you say, hey, can you create a picture of glass of wine? It creates a generic glass of wine that's half full. Then says that can you
Mm,
create a full glass? It creates the
mm,
same picture. Then it says that, okay, hey, remove the air, make it full. It never fills up the glass with wine. It always considers that half full glass as a full glass of wine, right? Prompts might change. Now, if you will be a better prompt engineer, you can use that, okay, fill the wine till the brim of this glass. It may work. You might change the model. It may work. Or there are multiple other mechanisms. So prompt is just a one way of doing this. My view is your critical thinking and how you're approaching a particular problem solving, that's going to be the differentiating factor. Prompt will come in. The way that we were
mhm,
prompting last year, it's very different than the way that we are prompting it today. Agents are coming up, so they can do a lot of your prompting itself. Few people started using LLMs to do the prompting for them. So they tell them what to do and then ask a question. Can you convert it into a detailed prompt? Ask me a follow up question and then send that output to another algorithm. That's already
mm,
happening. So prompt engineering is
mhm.
way of it, but asking the right questions. What are you doing? Why are you doing? What do you want? And how you can solve a problem? Those questions are going to be more important.
Right. Yeah. And where do we go from here? Like, what happens if when we think about innovation? Because when we think about, we are training this data, the algorithms, we are training the models, and a lot of these models have been trained on all of the data in the world. And if people are not coming up with new things, say, for example, then there's no new data being fed. All of the data that is now being produced might be produced by models or ChatGPT or something equivalent. What happens with innovation? Like, what are, in your opinion?
That's a good question, Priyanka. So I feel like that when we are generating a lot of content using this technology, there is always a loss factor. So, for an example, if you're writing something on your own and then you feed this thing to some algorithm and then keep asking question, can you write some more pieces? Then it will get distilled. The information, the knowledge, the emotions, the sentiments, the relatability of that content starts going down. In the next wave, you will see that this new data will be acting as an input to the model. So I will say that, okay, actually those models will start going bad. We saw some of those examples in the past for certain of those models. Anthropic Claude's model faced the same fate. Sam mentioned about ChatGPT models. The latest versions are not performing as good as that of the older ones. Typically didn't happen ideally by an organic means, the next version should be superior than the before. But these kind of NA algorithms are as good as the data, like garbage in, garbage out, right?